What's the crack, my guys? Pillock here, and welcome to our first ever reading your comments. I've wanted to do this for quite a while, because yeah, I read every single comment you guys leave, and then I reply to them. I haven't maybe been as quick as I'd like to be. I always tried to go for within like 24 hours, but I want to step that up to be as close to instant as possible, because, I don't know, it's a chance to have little conversations, isn't it? So I just wanted to take this time to maybe like read some of them, or sort of read them, you know. I'm not sure if I should really like directly link who wrote what and say it out, because I think some people might be embarrassed, but maybe that's undermining the whole closeness part of things. I don't know, okay? I'd appreciate your thoughts, or if you're cool with that, or whatever. Most of it's just gonna be like sort of comments explaining stuff, or things that I feel like there's an answer I need to give. I'm not gonna be all like just reading comments that make me seem great, or all the really negative ones, but I'll try to dabble in a little bit of both, okay? So I think the first one, the really obvious one, is what the hell am I saying at the start, okay? Because I've been asked that so many times and I need to clarify it, okay? And I think it's gonna be like when you hear songs, you know, and you're like, what the hell is he saying? And then you see the lyrics and you're like, no, that crap makes sense. I hope so, at least, because if it doesn't make sense afterwards, then I'm royally screwed. So, what I'm saying at the start is, what's the crack, okay? It's an Irish thing, I think, and it basically just means, how's things? You know, how are you? How are things going? What is, occurring? Whatever. I don't know. It's just like a friendly greeting, right? And I thought it would be a nice little thing to use, because I don't know, all the cool guys have their own little intro thing, and I wanted something that was a wee bit unique, but also said a little bit about who I am and where I'm from. And yeah, you gotta have something, don't you? You got to have your wee intro thingy. And I didn't want it to be like all narcissistic or just tacky or whatever, so I hope that's not either of those things. I did my best with it, and I think it's developed a little bit over time. The other bit is metes, okay? Which is, yeah, like spelled like the pirate one, but it's not, because you guys aren't pirates. From when I was doing the really early videos, that those of you with a good memory, I'm sorry, it's probably more like a scar on your brain, but yeah, we did those videos with Norbert and all, remember? My dog in Fallout. It was just a wee friendly term I used for my dog sometimes, and I don't know, it just found its way into my vocabulary, and then I started using it to like express that I like people and stuff. It's not one of these things where I was like, oh, I need a way to brand my followers and give you all some definition. Hell no, you guys decide who the hell you are, okay? And don't let anyone tell you otherwise. You can be what you want. Okay, I think I finally covered that. I probably should have done it a long time ago, but I hope that makes even a little bit more sense, okay? But thank you to everyone who asked, you know? I appreciate having the what's the word? I appreciate people taking the interest enough to actually find out what the hell I'm saying, and I apologize if it's not as clear as I want it to be, but it's quite hard to say actually, especially with my accent and my voice, and I've had to work a lot on making myself like audible and understandable to people, so yeah, thank you again. Okay, next question. Were you on drugs when you made this? That's a good question. The short answer is yes. The long answer is much longer, so I'm gonna go through that, okay? What was happening with me at the start when I made videos? I have a long history with, bad stuff, okay? Just with my head. And I got this thing called, derealization, which is the scariest thing I've ever dealt with in my life. And I had no idea it even existed, and I literally just woke up one morning and it was there. And it took about 9 months to get rid of. Basically what it is like it's like the extreme end of anxiety. Like, I don't know. If there was a sort of nuclear weapon version of anxiety, right? That's what derealization is. It's when anxiety gets so powerful that like almost your personality sort of withdraws, right? Does that make sense? If it does, well then I'm worried about you, okay? Because it's crazy, but it's a real thing, and it's really, really scary. Which is why in my early videos, I seem like some sort of scared child. And yeah, I was on a lot of tablets and stuff to deal with it, which put me all over the place. So yeah, there you go. There's the answer, but with your guys' support, I've come a long way, and yeah, I really wouldn't have been able to do it if people hadn't been able to accept me even with that. So that explains, I guess, a lot of the big shift from the old videos to the new ones, I hope. Maybe some people think I'm mad. I'm honestly kind of okay with that. Be honest, like, have any of you guys ever heard of that? I didn't think so. Maybe someone did. If you did, I'll send you a cookie or something. What's your P.O. box? But yeah, it needs awareness either way. What's the next question we got? What do you use for recording and stuff? Oh yeah, I know who asked me this. It was Wes. And he was all like, how do you make your video quality good? And I was like, what quality, man? But I'll do my best anyway. I use OBS. There's various versions of OBS. I'm still on the old one, the classic one. A lot of people have switched to Studio now, but it automatically upgraded my old one to Studio, and then Studio does some stupid crap that did my head in, or at least it did at the start, so I went back. Studio is a bit more customizable though in some ways, and I think it's got all the same features now. I'll maybe try it again soon, but on quality front, the thing I learned, the most important thing probably about having good quality and to cut out like the pixelization, you know, you get that and it looks horrible, is having a constant bitrate, okay? So set everything to maybe like 20k plus. If there's only the option to set two different variables, just set them both to 20k and then it can't do anything. Like it'll always be at that level. Does that make sense? But yeah, enough tech porn or whatever. I hope that helps you a little bit, Wes. I'll get into anything else that people want to know about setting stuff up, because it's an absolute dick and I had to learn all by myself and I made so many mistakes, so I want to help people if I can, okay? If you guys are still here, by the way, thank you very much. Next question. How do you make your thumbnails? With great difficulty, honestly. It takes me hours. I use all sorts of things, really. It's kind of a process these days between Paint, GIMP, screenshots, and Pixlr, and maybe a bit of like PicMonkey and stuff as well. Like I take a screenshot from somewhere, paste it first in Paint and save it, and then I'll like edit it with like Pixlr or something, crop it, and then I'll use GIMP to do like layers and things and lighting, and then Pixlr's got some good filters and things. So yeah, it's a whole package of stuff, and that's one thing I'd really encourage people to do. Don't just copy what everyone else is doing, okay? Don't just be like, I'll use the same fonts as all the lists recommend from Photoshop videos, and don't just use Photoshop if you got no idea what to do, okay? The reason I started with a lot of the other wee things instead, like GIMP and stuff, is that it's a good way to actually learn what all the little processes do and how they work without being just bombarded by, oh my goodness, look at Photoshop, look at all these friggin' options, what the hell do I do? Someone asked me how to get better at commentary. What the hell? Were you watching my videos? I don't think I'm good at commentary. But I think the one thing I actually had on my side, again, this goes back to what we said earlier, was because of that personality thingy, I was really open, really broken, but really open, with the sort of mentality of a child almost. And while I was really embarrassed then, and I'm really embarrassed now by looking back at it, on the plus side, you just get it all out. Be you. It's really important, because there's so many people out there just copying everyone else, and it's like, why do I want to watch a sort of a rip-off of PewDiePie or Jack or something? Because yeah, they're them guys. That brings us pretty nicely to one of the last points, okay, which is the comparisons I've got to Jack, which are incredibly sweet, but I don't know if they're entirely accurate, okay? Like, people have said, oh, you're like his twin brother. If Jack had a really shy, not handsome, not funny cousin or brother or something, yeah, maybe that's me at the other end of the country. But yeah, I'm in the north too, okay? I'm not like a true Irishman. In fact, some of the true Irishmen would like reject me for being from the north. There's always weird like divides and stuff. But if you want to remember it in like a geographical thingy, South Leprechauns, North Game of Thrones. I think that might be offensive, but I didn't mean it like that, okay? I love them anyway. They're my brothers across the little line in the dirt that some dick drew. That brings us to the last little bit, which is something, it's kind of a mix of things really, about like self-esteem and about all the kind comments people have left. Maybe I will start just reading out the kind comments, because... But I felt like maybe people would be a little bit embarrassed by having me, they'd be like, oh crap, why did I leave those nice comments on this tits thing, and now he's friggin' reading them, and people are gonna see it, and then you're gonna go out and like bury your head in the sand. I'm sorry, okay? I won't like implicate you any further if you don't want. It really has made so much of a difference to me, okay? Like, every little thing people do allows me to open up. With all that said, it seems only fair that I really do something that I've always wanted to do, but I've never known how to, okay? And that's to support other people, because, yeah, you know, you gotta give back a little bit. A lot of people have really helped me and been so kind to me with no reason to, that I feel like I've got to do whatever little bit I can to help other people. I can't do like shoutouts. That's not gonna mean a thing coming from me, okay? If it was someone cool and respectable, then yes. Me, no, very no. It's more likely to completely tank your channel. What I am gonna do instead though, is maybe just try to find people who I think, yeah, that guy could do with a little hug or whatever. So that said, I want to kind of give a little mention to a guy called Duff, who I know. He's a good guy. He's a daft bastard in all, like, the best ways. But he's really real, you know? He's really, like, putting himself out there and, you know, just, like pouring his guts out into everything he does. And I know he's going through a rough patch at the moment, okay? I just felt like, you know, we all have times where we struggle, right? We all have times where we feel really small in a world that seems really big. And, yeah, we just need people to be like, hey, you're not alone, man, because you're not. We're never alone. That's one of the good things about the internet. I mean, there are a few other things, but yeah. That's one of the main ones, right? I wish I had lots of monies and lots of subscribers and things, and I could be like, ah, make his life better. We can make a difference, but we friggin' can't, okay? There's like 10 of us. So yeah, I'll see you in the next video, and hopefully we'll get to do another one of these soon. So keep firing away your questions and leaving all your comments. It's very much appreciated, and all your likes and stuff. Take care of yourselves. Thank you so much for everything. I'll see you soon. Bye!